look at Goal 3, Target 8, talking about universal coverage.
Yes. When last did you had your health check? It is mandatory for you to go for health checks.
Policemen, we are not politicians. We are professionals as far as the security is concerned.
I know when I train you, you will also go out there as well. You can also train other persons.
Get registered and obtain your name from them. When you have issues, it's expected that you visit the office.
On the program you did, we'll be dishing you out with so many loving moments.
From education, entertainment, and of course, infotainment as well.
Reaching you from NBSTV, and we're always here Monday to Friday from the hour of 7 till 9.
Yes, it's so interesting to have you join us on this beautiful edition, most especially talking about New Day. Well, we always bring you interesting, discussion, conversation. Well, we hope you stay glued to your TV set even as we continue with the discussion this moment. This time around, we want to look at an important conversation, looking at establishment of community nursery and management. What is it all about? What can you benefit, and what are the things to be expected when you talk about establishment of community nursery and management? A lot will be coming your way on the conversation. And I am Doreen Amini with the conversation, but still this time around we have our guests in the studio with us that will be deliberating on the discussion. My guests are, from my left, I have Malam Makama Sunday. He is Dakachi Gitan Hausa Mushi Obi Local Government Council. And also I have Ango Adamu, Executive Secretary, YMCA Mother Hills, Lafayette. And from my far left, I have Anthony Maxon Zamo. He is a community leader, Akwanga local government area. Well, they are all here to interact with us and give us, best information that we might need and also need it to forge ahead when it comes to establishment of community nursery and management. Once again, to my guests, thank you for gracing this conversation and being in the studio.
Thank you very much.
All right, let me start quickly with Mr. Ango Adamu, the Executive Secretary, because when you talk about establishment of community nursery and management organization, what is the rationale about establishing this organization?
Well, thank you, viewers. You will recall that YMCA Mother Hills, where I work, is implementing the African Activities for Climate Justice project for the past 3 years. So we are coming from the focus that what can communities do to reduce the effect of climate change.
Okay.
And so record has shown that planting trees is one of the simplest and effective way of mitigating climate change. So we had a capacity building of communities in 5 local governments here at Port Ashe Hotel in Lafayette.
Okay.
Where they were taught how to establish community nursery for next year's onward planting as their contribution to mitigating climate change in Nasarawa State.
Okay.
So that is why we are having the community leaders who are in charge of those nurseries at the various communities to share with us what has happened and how they will be going about. So we are like supporting the State Ministry of Environment that is out there to plant about 5 million trees. Okay. So as an NGO, this is the rationale behind why we want to plant trees. Is basically to fight or combat climate change, and then as an income generator activity for the farmers.
Okay. Well, still to come with you because you are the Executive Secretary. So if I may ask, I know this, organization cut across the 13 local government in Nasarawa State. Now, how many communities are benefiting from this?
At the moment, we have 5 communities in 5 local governments. Kokona, is one of the benefiting local governments, and the nursery is sited inside Kokona under the care of Director of Agric and Forestry, Kokona local government. In Akwanga, it is sited at Nsakwe village, opposite Alushi, under the care of Honorable Anthony Zermo, who is here with us.
Okay.
And in Nasarawa Igon, it is sited at Agunji community, under the care of Alaji Yakubu Abdullahi Angibi, the community leader. And then for life here, it is sited at BAG, under the care of Honorable, Aray Korokuji.
Okay.
He's the one in charge of that community. And then for Obi, it is sited at Musha community under the care of Dekechi, who is here to talk about it. So 5 local governments, 5 communities in 5 local governments.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Ango Adomu, the Executive Secretary. Now, coming to you, Malam Makama Sunday, looking at this project, because I will call it a project, and, you know, this is directly to the people, directly to the community. What will you say regarding this project?
Now we are happy because it has been a long intention of our community to have such projects. And by virtue of things that is happening, because of the climate, the climate mitigation, the people of the community are fighting over it now. We look at it, how do we sustain the life of the community? Maybe the unborn children yet too.
Okay.
So that is why we look at it as the YMCA nation or in connection with other association organizations. We look at it as that will help the community very well. That is why we say, okay, if this thing will be sustained under our own care, we have committed ourselves that we will do all we could. See that we take proper care of these things. And when they are mature or they are ready for planting, we will now share it to the community, that is to individuals or maybe a group, to see that we can manage it, because they can be managed for commercial purposes and other things, and we can gain from it.
Okay.
So that is why we look at it. It is very necessary. It's not only the palm tree that we are much concerned. There are other trees that we are about raising them.
Okay.
By God's grace, this year, next year, we will be raising so many plants to get the climate change we are fighting today.
Okay. All right. Let me come to Anthony Maxon Zamo. Still, you are participating in this wonderful project and you're leading a community. On your own part, can you share with us some of the experiences based on this, establishment of community nursery and management?
Well, in our own case, in our Kwanga and in Nsakwe in particular, it does not sound new to us.
Okay.
Because we've been in this program over 40 years.
Wow.
I'm a horticulturist. And with the coming of YMCA, it's as if they have just come to strengthen and reimburse us.
Okay.
Not as a new program to us.
Okay.
Because we'll be in it. And in respect to the climate change, nursery is a way of propagating plants fast.
Okay. Because
plants are even older than mankind itself. Nursery is knowledge that brings about propagation of plants, not just naturally.
Okay.
It's scientifically. Yes, because in those days, plants are being planted by birds, animals, probably by nature. But today, man has taken time how he will fast apply the quantity and quality of plants.
Okay.
That's why the knowledge of nursery came in. so that you can get much plants at a speculated time you need,
Okay.
and the amount of the plants you need.
Okay.
So, in respect to climate change, let me borrow from Hausa proverb or adage that Fadi Watazo de Zama, as far as Tsakwe community is concerned. We are not doing it for climate change, because 40 years back, the issue of climate change was not so conspicuous like this in Nasarawa or Nigeria itself. It's of recent. In those days, we were doing it for commercial purpose, for shelter. When we get that money from where we is for our livelihood. But now that planting trees mitigate climate change, and we have chosen palm tree to be the needed plants at the moment. It's not as if other plants are not important, but you see these palm trees, their advantages is so much in palm tree. And I don't know why.
Let me ask Mr. Anthony about it, because when you say there are so many advantages in palm tree, this keep me wondering why the emphasis on palm, oil palm trees seedlings.
Well, as a local NGO, that is what we want to start with two reasons. One of the reasons is because it is an income-generating activity that farmer can, in a very small piece of land, they can raise thousands of seedlings. I know an oil palm seedling now, improved variety or hybrid, costs about 700 naira or 3,000. Times 700, you know how much a farmer can get. So we are selling the idea of, as an income-generating activity, and then as well as fighting climate change. Because generally, trees have the capacity to track or to trap carbon in the atmosphere, store in the plants, store in the soil, and release oxygen. So the United Nations is fighting that the world temperature should remain not above 1.5. So it is planting of trees can help stabilize that temperature. Otherwise, so many floods, so many droughts, so many storms continue to happen. So we are using planting of trees to stabilize the global temperature that the United Nations needs. That's what we're promoting in the state.
You mentioned 5, local government that you are targeting, or you've already been there in this 5 community. Now, if I may ask, how is the sharing formula? Are you just going to, give a community the whole, seedlings to plant, or there is quantity of each seedlings that each community will get?
Well, in a small way, we gave to every community 1,500 pieces of oil palm seedlings, not just ordinary oil palm seedlings. We got them from Nigeria Institute for Oil Palm Research, Benin. That is a research institute. So YMC procured those hybrid seeds and shared 1,500 to each of the 5 local governments, making a total of 7,500 for free of charge. For the communities to nurse it. By June, July next year, they'll be ready for planting. How they will distribute it among their people is no longer our business. All we want is to go and supervise to see that the trees are growing. So they will tell you how they want to distribute it, but we have done that to promote reforestation and afforestation in Nasarawa State.
Yeah, because it might interest me to, like our viewers out there, to know how the seedlings will be shared. Let me start with Madam Makama Sandi. Let me start with you. How is the sharing formula? Because here said the community leaders will be the one to distribute and share. So let's get to hear from you.
Yes, we intend to share it based on those that are committed. It's not just giving to somebody that will just go and throw it away, or maybe put it in the park and where this herdsman will destroy it. We want to plant it especially where there are backyards, committed places that we can grow them. especially one those that are real farmers. Because like some of us, when you give one, we just go and plant it and leave it here, even
without nurturing it.
Yes. So we are trusting God with all that you are doing. It will be properly managed, and we want from this other community will learn from us as we are going to maintain them.
Okay.
Because it's not just the 1,500 given to us, then we will be making noise. At the end of the day, nothing is gained from it. The one at the end of it, at least, even if we may have some losses, but it should not be much, so that we can give to community leaders or maybe a group of people to have a specific area that they will plant this palm tree.
Okay. All right, coming to you, Anthony, Maxon, Zamo, let's get to hear your own part too. How would your community benefit or get to be part of this, project, the sharing formula?
Well, the sharing formula, you see, it's a program that we are trained. We had a workshop on it, and it involves people from various communities within Akwanga community. We are atomizing that one of the formula probably we may use this pilot nursery to demonstrate demonstration plantation.
Okay.
We have 11 electoral wards in Akwanga, and when we get the statistics that survive well, we are trusting that we will not have losses up to 10% out of this 1,005. At least we will have about 1,090 something.
Okay.
490 something.
Okay.
So we are thinking as we will have demonstration plantation by bringing the communities, let them plant it in a place that can be maintained.
Okay.
So that it should be community property, not individual. Okay. That is in our own case.
Okay.
We are, as my colleague
said,
their own.
Okay.
We will do it as a demonstration so that YMC, if they come, we can easily take them to the demonstration sites, and not to individual that we may not find when they come, or we may be giving excuses.
Okay.
Yes,
so as part of, because I see this as, a project that involves everybody, not just the community leaders. Do you always have volunteers that do come to be part of these wonderful ideas?
Wonderful. Well, it's a good question. I told you earlier that we've been in this project for long. And with this, they are our eyewitness. The day we established the nursery, the population that attended, we took this thing, attendance there. People are so interested. We are going to step it down again. How we will reach localities, not just community, localities, villages. We will step it down, we will attract people from various villages so that we give them the knowledge we've gotten from the workshop of climate change. You see, we are not just doing it because we want to do it. We are doing it because of a target, and that target is climate change, to mitigate the weather, the climate in general, as it's affecting us now. So people are so interested on it, and we started this in my community and in my compound for security purpose and so on, because of the experience I have already. So the sharing in our own place is so marvelous.
Most especially volunteers. All right. Okay, still, before I get to Mr. Anthony, let me ask Malam Makama Sunday, because when you talk about this project, a lot of people will benefit, and I know the community that you're in charge of will equally benefit, or they are even benefiting from this project. How do you feel about, the coming up of this project, and also when we talk about nursery establishment project in your locality?
The way I feel is because now, if the community are coming together as a group, definitely they will succeed. But if it would have been an individual kind of thing, maybe there is tendency that we will not even achieve what we are looking at. So the intention of this organization, YMCA, to form this committee or form this nursery and tree planting or nursery, it is very necessary, because on the day that the community schedule for planting of this, they came out in mass, as my colleague said. They came and we are even happy. The population was too much, and the whole place was as if we are getting a different thing that is happening. And that is why we look at it. They have commitment, they have concern for it.
Okay.
That is why we are happy over it. Okay. And we are trusting God, as we have already said. We make all we could as a leader.
Okay.
Despite the harassment, despite the mitigation we are passing through, we will do all we can so that we sustain all these things.
Okay. All right, viewer, for us, this is where we'll wrap the discussion on the program New Day. We hope you've enjoyed every conversation. And to our guests, once again, we want to appreciate you for being here with us, educating the public, most especially looking at establishment of community nursery and management, how important it is to the community and to the people. We appreciate you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
All right, viewer, this has been the conversation so far with my guests, and my guests in the studio in person of, from my left, Malam Makama Sunday, Dekachin Gidam Hausa Musha, Obi Local Government Council. And also I have in the studio Mr. Ango Adamu, the Executive Secretary, Young Men Christian Association, YMCA, Lafia, Mother Hills, Lafia. And also I have Mr. Anthony Maxson Zammo. He is a community leader, Sakbi, Akwanga Local Government Area. Once again, this is where I wrap the conversation. Until I come your way next time, enjoy.
When you look at goal 3, target 8, talking about universal coverage.
When last did you had your health check? It is mandatory for you to go for health checks.
Policemen, we are not politicians. We are professionals as far as the security is concerned.
I know when I train you, you will also go out there. As well, you can also train other persons.
Get registered and obtain your name from them. When you have issues, it's expected that you visit the office.
On the program New Day, we'll be dishing you out with so many loving moments.
From education, entertainment, and of course, infotainment as well.
Reaching you from NBSTV, and we're always here Monday to Friday from the hour of 7 till 9.